What is OpenFlow technology? OpenFlow is a technology that is being developed at Stanford University in partnership with 12 major computer companies, like Google and Yahoo, that have formed the Open Networking Foundation. This new technology will help control networks and make them more secure. According to the OpenFlow website, OpenFlow enables networks to evolve by giving a remote controller the power to modify the behavior of network devices through a well-defined forwarding instruction set. The growing OpenFlow ecosystem now includes routers, switches, virtual switches, and access points from a range of vendors. So why is this new technology important? To better understand OpenFlow technology, let's take a look at how computers and networks have evolved. In the 1960s, mainframe computers were present only in large corporations and took up entire rooms. They were mostly used to process bulk data, such as census information. In the 1970s, mini computers emerged, and by today's standards, were not mini or small. However, they were smaller than mainframe computers. These computers were single-user computers and used to run simple operating systems like MS-DOS. In the 1980s, the client-server model emerged. With the emergence of the client-server model, the network was born. Servers ran programs and applications and provided them through a series of different hardware to the client. In the 1990s, the desktop computer was born. Business and corporations weren't the only place where computers were located anymore. Desktop computers, or personal computers, allowed a single user in a single location to run different applications and software. Today we have laptops and smartphones that run applications and software on their own, but also connect to the internet, where they run applications off a large network. These large networks are called clouds. With the emergence of cloud computing, applications are readily available and run on the internet, which has increased the amount of traffic on networks, as well as creating a large pool of shared data. The increase of data on networks has led to networks becoming more complex and created a greater need for control and security of these networks, because there is a greater threat of hackers and viruses. Currently, there are two ways in which companies have attempted to secure and control their networks. One way they have tried to do this is through personnel. Two certifications that are available for troubleshooting on networks is the Microsoft Certified Systems Administrator and the Cisco Certified Network Associate. The second way companies have attempted to secure and control their networks is through technologies, like Juniper Networks, which are very similar to the Open Networking Foundation, and Lotus Web Content Management, which is thought to be the predecessor to the cloud. OpenFlow is a technology that controls switches on a network, which allows the control of packets being sent and received on a network. OpenFlow provides an open protocol to program the flow table, thus allows you to control traffic on your network. The administration of the servers can try new routing protocols and security models. The new technology allows the administrator to experiment with the best way to protect their network. The programming technology allows the user to create new security on your network, new routing protocols, addressing themes, and also connection to multiple networks at once. The way you are able to conduct experiments on your network with OpenFlow is by slicing the network into sections and isolating the new portions of the network. This is called Flow Visor, which lets you delegate slices of network. With each individual slice, you can conduct voice-over calls on one part of the network, while another part just handles web traffic. Creating slices in your existing network is a way of creating a distributed load balancing system, which just helps you connect to a server in the best and most efficient way. Another one of your subset networks can give you the ability to connect to multiple wireless access points and WiMAX points at once. This part of OpenFlow is called Open Roads, or more commonly known as OpenFlow Wireless, which takes a portion of your network to send and receive packets from other hotspots at once. Lastly, with OpenFlow, you can manage which switches are being used or not, which helps with saving energy and lowers carbon emissions by 60%. This works by sleeping certain switches during low periods of activity on the network. Even though you are sleeping certain switches, you are making sure you are getting the most out of the other ones to make your network more efficient. However, with this still being in the experimental stage, we won't be able to see much of this for right now. What makes OpenFlow technology different? The answer is in its switch. Currently, the packets forwarding through the data path and routing decisions in the control path happened on the same device. The OpenFlow switch separates the packet from its controller. The data path is controlled by the switch, and control path is moved by the controller or server. This allows the control of the routes that the packets of data take. So what are the pros and cons of this new OpenFlow technology? First, data flowing both directions towards the controller could cause network overloads and a possible bottleneck, with information as the controller is involved in all flows, causing the network to slow down and limit access to statistics. Financially, the costs of implementing OpenFlow technology are minimal due to the limited amount of hardware being needed and that the infrastructure is already in place. Now to the benefits. A logically centralized controller can supervise all flow-level decisions and avoid the complex and error-prone processes of creating a globally consistent policy out of local accept-deny decisions. The central controller can see all flows, potentially enabling globally optimal management of network traffic. OpenFlow switches are easily implemented and a cost-efficient application. While OpenFlow technology is going to change the way networks run, making them more secure and efficient, most people will not even notice the change.